All right, I'm doing a little bit of a garage update video. It is Saturday. The inspection is set for Monday. The electrician, his helper didn't show up for 2 days in a row, so he's been here. He came here late Friday, and then he came here today, and then he just left. It has been like unnaturally hot, especially in this garage. So I definitely don't blame him. He had fans blowing all over, but it's just, you got 100+ degree temperature inside this little hot box. It is what it is. But he said he'll be back tomorrow, so he's coming out on Sunday just to get everything wrapped up and ready for my inspection. But so far, just to let you guys know what I got, because a lot of people were wondering what kind of electrical I was going to have put in. Over in this corner, this is a 20 amp, 120 volts, so a normal wall outlet, but it's at 20 amps. That is dedicated for itself. Right here, he's got to get another plug, or no, he's actually got the plug right here. He's got to get the cover for it, but this is an L6 30 amp at 240 volt plug, and that is its own dedicated 30 amps right there. And then I have another one right here. This is a 30 amp at 240 volts, so each one of those should be good for about 5,000 watts, and that one over there in the corner should be good for about 1,500 watts. So just on this wall, I have, what is that? About 1,150 watts, and that's using the 80% rule. We could obviously push it higher than that, but there's no need to. So about 11,000 watts of potential miners could be run there. And then over here, I told him this is where I'm probably going to put like a little desk, maybe mount a computer and stuff for my personal. So he ran me 2 plugs right here, and these are daisy chained together because these shouldn't end up being too high of a power draw, because it's just going to be my single computer. So this is a 20 amp that's going to feed those 2 plugs, these 2 plugs, and then these 2 plugs over here. And then actually it runs further over still and he actually gave me these because he bought them extra, and he was like, I'll just include it. So over here, and then it runs up and over and down, so I can have some plugs over here in case. He was like, you know, you never know if you need something, maybe put a tool bench and plug some chargers and stuff in. But a 120 amp circuit is going to be spread between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs. So realistically, I can't put a ton of power draw on those, but I should be able to run my computer, maybe some battery chargers, and some lights and little things like that. Nothing big. He did tell me that I do have plenty of extra space in my panel, so I can add more breakers in and add more runs if I need to, and I'll figure that out as I go. But the other thing that he did run is, oh, it's right here. So I'll show you guys going. So that one comes down, it comes up along the ceiling, and it actually runs down here. That one right there, that is a 20 amp and a 20 amp. Those are tied together. That's on the same circuit. So that's 20 amps at 120 volts for me to plug in some shop lights. He was asking me if I wanted to do hardwired. I thought about it, but then I'd be tied to whatever lights he put up there, unless I wanted to like unwire them and rewire them. So instead I went with the receptacles, and then I'm just going to plug in what I want to. The lights that I showed you in another video, these tube lights, they just plug in and then they can plug into each other. I got 4 of those. I'll probably start out with those, but then end up changing them out if I need more light. I guess we'll just see. Then also he's got a line running across and running out for, I got an LED floodlight out there, and this is going to be a light switch. That light switch is going to control those sockets up there, so I can, you know, turn those lights on and off with this switch. Let's go out here. It is hot. So there's one of the motion lights that's going to be on all the time, and it'll be triggered whenever people walk by. And here is the other motion light, and I don't know, I'll go back and look. I don't know how this one's wired up, but he said that one's, both of the motion lights are on all the time essentially. There's no switch or anything that controls those. So let's go in here and see where that one's running. It looks like that one's running up, over that way, over, and then I guess up or down or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's wires all over this thing. So, but the biggest thing and the number one thing that I need for mining are to start off with those two 30 amp plugs. My entire farm is right at around 5,000 watts. So my entire like 1.2 to 1.3 gigahash should all fit on one of these plugs. It'll saturate a full 30 amps, and then I'll have another 30 amp to grow up from. If you're wondering what I'm going to be using to actually plug into those, I am completely out of breath. Oh my goodness. Where's my PDU at? I had it around here. Bear with me, guys. Everything is a mess. We had to move stuff around so he could use the ladder and run lines. He's still got to come and clean up and finish and everything tomorrow. And very respectful. Like this guy has honestly been good. I definitely want to praise him. He hasn't made me pay a dime. He's like, you're not paying a dime until I'm done. So that's all like good and stuff. A little bit of a language barrier, but that's, you know, you got to deal with that sometimes. Oh, here's my PDU. So, courtesy of Keaton over on the Facebook page. He is one of the moderators over there. Awesome guy. He hooked me up with two of these trip lights. If you're wondering about the part number on them, they are, looks like PD 8839s. And these have a L6 30 amp plug. So that just plugs straight into the wall over there. And then it gives me 4 and 4, one on each bank, and that's going to carry that 240 out to my power supplies. So super stoked about that. I actually have 2 of those, so I'm already ready to go for both of those 30 amp plugs. I can go ahead and plug those bad boys in and start populating them. And when I need additional power, I can just go ahead and tap in there, run me a line over, and run another box or something, and plug in another 30 amps. So just kind of have the system grow with me. But yeah, that's a quick little update. Hopefully soon I will know more about mining and all that kind of stuff, like moving it over. There's a Mustang like getting it on the back road. So now I guess to catch you guys up on what I'm doing setup wise, a lot of people are like, oh my god, that's so dusty, and what's going on there. I'm gonna be cleaning all that up and rearranging it and fitting it inside of a cabinet inside of here. So I'm going to build myself a cabinet off this wall, and it's going to recirculate outside air. So I'm not going to be cooling off the rigs with air conditioning. They're going to be cooled off with forced air. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I got a lot of work ahead. As soon as it passes inspection Monday, I talked to the town hall yesterday in the inspection department. As soon as it passes inspection, they'll release that to the power company, and then they can come out and actually put me a meter in, because right now I don't have a meter. So that's kind of an issue, because yeah, it's not hooked up. Gosh, look at these honkers, big old honking cables. Yeah, that's pretty much how the cookie crumbles. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry I don't have any more than that. I still have the Ethernet over here. I'm gonna end up burying that and running a an LB or LV through the wall. I don't remember what it was called, but one of my buddies was telling me about that. So yeah, good times ahead for sure. Later, guys.